Week 13 without a gaming computer. Take number 2 because I fucked up so fast at the beginning of the last one. I actually do have some stuff to talk about this day, this week, whatever. Not only just stuff that happened, but other stuff that I want to really talk about. My nose is bugging the hell out of me. Starting with the basic stuff. Let's let ya watch my dog there as I clean out my nose. The basic stuff, because I don't know why the hell my nose is being a jerk, is the boring stuff. I'll get to the more exciting stuff. It's not even all that exciting, but still more exciting than the boring stuff. I'll get to that after I speak about the boring stuff. So the boring stuff is the games I played. So really all I did with that is I started playing Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. I think 3 is Corruption, yeah. Pretty sure, I don't freaking remember. I started playing Metroid Prime 3 again. And I started that after I started playing Zelda Skyward Sword again. Holy crap, I remember why I stopped playing Skyward Sword the first time I went through it and the first time I beat it and everything, because after a long time through the game, I stopped for like a couple weeks or a month or something. And I ended up returning to it later and finishing it off, but I stopped. And I completely forgot why I did until I started playing it again. The reason I stopped is because a lot of its graphics just look really blurry. They're just not all that good. I don't know why they chose that weird ass the style of graphics, the textures and everything is just, I hate it. Some of it looks really nice, but most of it just looks like a blurry, pixely mess, kind of like a JPEG image, JPG, JPEG, whatever, same thing. It kind of just reminds me of an image like that. You take some nice image and you put in that with some low quality save, and it just makes these smudgies and stuff. It basically just reminds me of that. It doesn't look like anything else. Another reason is because the hit detection, in some cases, it is absolutely horrible. And other times, the motion tracking itself is just no. It's just no. That's the best way to describe it. No. It sucks. Because you only have so long to see an enemy. Like, if it's up here, this is actually my right arm, so if it's up here, and you're supposed to swing and hit them on the left side, and by the time you move the Wii remote over to that side, they'll usually either attack or they'll switch sides. So then you end up hitting that side. Then when you try and go to the other side, you have to do it slowly, otherwise you'll just keep attacking that same damn side, even though you're swinging the Wii remote the other direction. So you have to go slowly, but fast enough that you can get it over there before they switch. So that pisses me off. That's why I haven't been playing more than one dungeon at a time, one area, one dungeon, whatever, at a time. And then I started playing Metroid Prime 3 because I want to play a shooter and I want to play an RPG. Zelda isn't an RPG, it has some RPG elements, mostly just the hearts, though, and not really anything else anymore. It's more of action-adventure puzzle game now. Back when you could get new armor to increase your defenses and stuff on Super Nintendo, like A Link to the Past, then it was more of an RPG, but it was still action-adventure, puzzle-solving, dungeon crawler type thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the games. And now the main things. I'll show you the trike in a minute. First, I'm going to start. Holy crap, I was going to order my processor yesterday, and then I looked it up because I finally got my money, SSI money and everything. I saved up enough that I can get that processor, the 4930K. And I looked it up, it's all sold out. It's like, what the hell? So I was like, okay, I'll just wait for it to get back in stock. Then today I saw, oh, the 5960X released. And then I looked that up, like, okay, well, obviously that just replaces the 4960X, which is for $1,000 processor, which is not what I was going to get anyways. So I then looked up, okay, well, if that released, maybe the other ones are releasing soon, or maybe they're already released. So I looked up the 5930K, it's already out. The problem is, according to Intel's site, there's no motherboard out that yet supports it. because they have to get their BIOSes updated and everything in order to support it. It still uses the LGA 2011 socket type though, so it is possible that my motherboard BIOS for the motherboard I got in plans of my new computer will actually be updated to support the thing, but I'm not sure. And the other bad thing is, they don't say if it's backwards compatible with DDR3 memory, because it uses DDR4. DDR4 is brand new, it's just in its infancy, it's just recently released, and those i7 5000 series CPUs are the new ones to support it, 5000K or X, what the fuck ever. They're the first ones I'm aware of that are now supporting DDR4. I don't know if AMD CPUs yet support that. They'll probably release that later. I don't think they do yet. AMD is more of an affordable choice than Intel is. So it's obviously it's significantly slower, but it's more affordable. It's significantly more affordable and significantly slower. So you basically get what you pay for, but it's fast enough that a lot of gamers use that in order to reduce their costs a bit. I just like using Intel because all the fast shit. Not that there's anything wrong with AMD CPUs. I like both. I'm saying that right now because I know there's a split among PC people, computer people, whatever, who say, oh, it's only Intel Master only, or no, AMD only, Intel sucks, whatever. They're both good, alright? There's a reason why one is more expensive than the other, and there's a reason why one is faster than the other. It's because that's how the market is sort of split. Intel would be kind of stupid to try and take over that slower market, and I think AMD releases that slower, more affordable stuff on purpose so they don't have to compete with Intel's faster stuff. So anyways, since the information doesn't say that it does or does not support DDR3, I'm still going to get the 4930K. Once it's back in stock. It should be back in stock soon. It did get a $30 price drop. It's not that much, but it's enough to help a little bit, since I'm really tight on money all the time. But that $30 or $30 drop should be nice, and I'll get it as soon as Newegg gets it back in stock. If I have to get it on Amazon, I will, but I'm going to wait a week or two if I have to in order to get it on Newegg. Because Amazon, for hardware stuff, I don't really want to trust them for that. And Newegg I do because that's what they do. They sell electronics. They're a really highly respected electronics thing, and the one time I had to call in for a problem for them, even though it took a long fucking time getting a hold of them, and because of the amount of calls they got, they need to actually increase the amount of people they have accepting calls and everything to make that wait a lot shorter. But when I got in contact with them, the person who I spoke to was really nice and did really well, and within just a few minutes, the problem was completely solved, actually. Just as soon as I explained, just repeat, and I was like, yeah, and it's like, okay, we'll send here, hold on a sec, okay, there we go, we see it now, it's all done. And it's like, is there anything else? It's like, nope, thank you very much. And it was really quick, and that's part of the reason why I want to stick with Newegg, is just because not only customer service, but because they built themselves up on the selling of electronics. And holy crap, I've only had that one problem from them ever in the years I've ordered stuff from them, and I've been ordering stuff from them since I was in high school. So it's been many, many years now. So anyways, processor stuff, what the hell? Oh, Nintendo also released a new 3DS. This basically is not like going from DS to DS Lite. That had a few tiny improvements, but it was the same speed and everything. Everything was still the same compatibility, pretty much. And they really, holy shit, they basically said, okay, we're going to pull a Dreamcast, and this new 3DS will be that Dreamcast. The one that's other 3DS will be the system before the Dreamcast. We basically fucked up the design on the 3DS, and we're releasing this new 3DS that has another fuck up, kind of like the Dreamcast's controller with that weird freaking thing that I always thought was a memory card, but apparently had a little screen on it, put in the controller and everything, instead of that thing, it's going to be the joystick. And a lot of people, the people I watched Review Tech USA and Alpha Omega Sen. I don't remember what Review Tech USA said, but I remember Alpha Omega Sen said that the SD card thing would be neat. But I still think, unless Nintendo actually increased the size of the SD card support, man, that's not really going to make any difference, because they had a 2 gig limit, and that is pretty bad. And yes, just like a hard drive, the system has to support the certain amount of memory that the card has. It has to support this more than 2 gig limit, or it has to support 64 gig limit. It has to support it, just like certain formats of hard drives can't support more than 2 terabytes. Certain operating systems can't support more than 2 terabytes. You can't support a certain amount unless you have it set up to support that. So that's really not going to make a huge difference. I think the secondary joystick that added thing just is retarded. It's like a tiny ass button. It's ridiculous. It might work good, I don't know. I highly doubt it, though. It just looks retarded. And the start button at the bottom, what the hell? What's with that? You could accidentally bump that against yourself or something very easily, shutting the console off. Or turning it on if you don't want to. That's going to make it so you're walking around somewhere, it's in your pocket, it accidentally bumps something, it turns on, and then when you go to play hours later, the battery's dead or something. I don't know. It's a retarded design. They just made more flaws to it. Anyways, let's go out to the trike. And actually, before that, one other thing I want to speak about. Very few people, mostly just friends and family, know that I've also actually been working on a book. The reason I didn't mention this is because I started writing it when I was in high school. I got the idea from something I went through, and I thought that thing that I went through was kind of cool. So I was like, okay, well, what if a character in the book went through this too? But it was permanent. So I started the idea, and I started writing the book, and it just fucking sucked. So I stopped, and over the years, I've just been making mental notes, making little notes on paper, on computer, and everything, and getting ideas and everything. And other than just recently, within the last few months, I've actually finally started a lot of work on it, and now I'm up to chapter 9. Basically, if it was in proper book format, it would probably be about 120 pages right now. It's still nowhere near done, but that's basically the reason why I didn't want to mention it, is because it's taken so long. I don't know when I'm going to get it done. I don't know how long it's going to take to get done, but now you know. Working on a book. Yay. So now let's go out to the trike real quick for the last thing. Yeah, it's a long video. I actually had stuff to speak about this time, though. Holy crap, that's amazing. Yeah, let's go now. Leave my dog in, though. I don't want him to bug me. Open the shop. Enter the dark shop. Lights on. And shut the door so I can speak. Okay, so the trike. We got the steering wheel attached. Let me turn the screen around, then turn the camera around. So the trike steering wheel, this is attached. The one bolt got fucked up. This got a little too hot. Something gunk was in there, and it just stripped out the bolt. We had hell of a time getting it out. We had to clear each of these nuts out, except for this one here. For some reason this nut was just perfect. But these clamp this sleeve that the steering wheel is on to this pole here, which it can slide back and forth to adjust with the sliding back and forth of the seat. And this is a really tight clamp. I just need to get one more bolt, and I'm actually going to get 4 just in case I have to replace any of them at any point in time. So I'll have 3 extras. Just one more for this hole to clamp. Anyways, it's bolted on here. Obviously, I showed that at one point. I don't remember when. And an area here, can't really see. We had to grind some of this off because this is apparently for a racing car, because there's a racetrack here just at the edge of town, about a mile away, or probably a half a mile, I don't know. It's not very far though, this is a small town. But we had to grind some of this away, and I think it was rubbing on this here. this spot here that I'm poking, it was rubbing here on the inside. And I think it was doing that because it was for a racing car and it was supposed to be stiff so you don't turn very far. But it was too stiff, so we had to grind a bunch of it off in order to loosen this up. So whenever I turn, it's very easy to turn. I can't turn the other way because I'm not there. I turned it the other way. It's pretty easy to turn. The wheel is kind of flat, so that's making it quite a bit harder. But we're also going to make this even easier because when I sit on the thing and try and turn, it's really hard to turn. So what we still got to do for this, this is going to suck. We got to attach something here. So as this bar turns, because the steering wheel turns this, which clamps this and turns this, and then obviously this gets turned from this. But instead of just turning this here with a lot of force, I'm going to add something here. Add some ball joints and attach them here and to here, down, up. That way as you turn, it's pulling on the edges and turning the center. That way it gets a lot more power to the turn, and that way when I sit on the thing and try and turn when I'm not moving, it should be a hell of a lot easier. Yeah, this is the end of this video. This is a long video. This one, damn, I think this is the longest week without a gaming computer video I've made so far, but I actually had stuff good to talk about too, so hopefully that's a good thing. I try and keep these ones short. I want them to only be like 10 minutes or less, and I keep going on and on, forgetting stuff, but this time, I don't know, it went pretty good. Oh, and the steering wheel, I forgot to show the bolt. As you can see, it is not there, just like I said, it was going to be removed. It's just welded right on there. There. Alright, so yeah, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on some other video or video next week, whatever. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.